Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here, and Bella from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this really weird week's Pick 5. I can't decide whether this is appropriate or not. I have not shaved in 4 days. I am wearing the shirt that I wear constantly in the house. My hair is so long right now, so long for me, a guy that always wears a brush cut, that I've taken to wearing this like MasterCard giveaway Blue Jays hat. I feel like the Armageddon has happened. I was on a conference call earlier today, the Zoom media, right, the only stock in the world that's taking off, with all of the people from Bosley. And I can't tell you how many people sent me messages saying, hey bud, are you out of razors at Castle Fleming or what? Yeah, you know what? Look, it's been a very, very weird week. It's been a very weird couple of weeks. I am in the office right now, as you can see, but I am the only person in the building. So from a safety standpoint, I kid you not, there is nobody here. And I'm in the office because I still need to do work. I have a lot of work. Now, not a lot of it is selling real estate, but a lot of it is putting out fires with existing deals. A lot of it is keeping people informed and monitoring the market, because it's so incredibly important right now to monitor the market and see what's going on. So on Friday, I will have a blog up about what's going on in the market. I'm calling it the new landscape for real estate. But I'm also on Monday, I think, going to delve into some stats, if I have time over the weekend. What's happening in the market and what's selling. So we could talk about this all day, guys. Bella, honestly, just sleeps all day. I think what I want to do right now is just get into the listings, because we've talked so much in society and media with friends and family everywhere, chat groups. I will hand it to the younger generation, though. They're not going out. They're now doing Zoom media where they all drink their glasses of wine on Saturday night. We've all talked this thing to death. Let's have some fun, if that's possible, and do our pick 5. And we're going to look at properties. The theme this week is 5 freeholds with offers anytime. And so what you're seeing now in the market is a shift, which buyers will love, which is that instead of holding back offers on properties after underlisting them and expecting to get 10 offers, you've got, wait for it, properties priced at fair market value, transparency, and offers anytime. Now, there are properties that are still holding back offers. Let's look at an example here, okay? So you can, see that right there? There's an offer date. Please register by this date and this time. That's wild. Now, from my blog on Friday, I'm going to put up this. Read this with me. This makes absolutely no sense. So there's no showings, virtual tours. There's an offer date. It's got to be conditional, but you can do preemptives, but it's got to be 24 hours. This agent has no idea what they're doing. Absolutely no idea what they're doing. And crap. Wife. Ugh. And point being, I think that there's a lot of confusion out there. A lot of confusion out there. And it's a new frontier in real estate. So without further ado, let me get to the properties. So as you can see here, we've got a decent spread. We've got 1 in the west, 2 in the east, 2 that are more central. And we'll get right into it here, because all 5 of these properties are properties that I don't want to say I would have clients for. I do have clients for, but some buyers aren't buying right now. Some buyers don't want to for health and safety reasons. I actually emailed a client last night, and I couldn't remember. I was honest. I said, hey, I can't remember if you told me to keep you posted on if one of these units ever comes up. And he basically wrote back and said, yeah, that was me. It's my dream place, but I'm not in a position to buy right now. Some people it's health and safety. Some people it's finances. Some people it's liquidity. Some people it's just risk. So these properties right here are all properties that I've got people for, and that I've emailed these listings to. So what we've got here, guys, is a bungalow, and it is a detached bungalow, and it's offers anytime, and it looks too good to be true. This is a 40-foot lot. It's detached. The property taxes are apparently $1, so that's great. And it's $949, 2-bed, +1, 2-bath. Now, look with me here, guys. Offers accepted with 48-hour irrevocable. So it tells me that maybe this is an in-betweener, right? There's no offer date on this. They want the 48 hours. Is it a soft holdback? Now, where is 48 Wildwood Crescent? Wildwood's a great street. I've got a client on here. And Wildwood, or no, are they on Hollywood? I can't remember. No, they're on Wildwood. I have another client on Hollywood. And so north of Girard, there's this little rounded street where there's no through traffic. You would never be on this street because it's a dead end here. And why? would you go here when it goes nowhere? Now the issue with this house here is that it backs onto these train tracks. So for some people, they don't mind. My mother's got a train in her backyard, which my Aunt Dale, of course, said during the very first visit, "Do you know that you have a train in your backyard?" Thanks for coming, Dale. Happy housewarming to you too. So there is a train in the backyard. Now the house itself is great as far as a detached 2-bedroom goes, right? Original footprint, you can tell by these rounded archways, right? These would never be done in a new house because it's, too complicated, too difficult. No one puts effort in anymore. Excuse my cynicism. But it hits all the marks, right? We've got a real living room here, big picture window. This is original. They've got this cool little dining nook, and it's very tough in some of these original floor plans to get a functional dining. Nice big kitchen. Don't necessarily love the backsplash all the way up the wall, but it's got everything you're looking for in a detached bungalow. You want the detached because for whatever reason you don't want the semi. Maybe you think you're going to build down the line, or maybe you want to be able to build, sell to a developer. But the kitchen's great, and then down the hall you've got a couple of bedrooms. Bungalows are tough because they don't always have a lot of living space, but this has 2 really good sized bedrooms. It's got real living, it's got real dining, it's got a huge kitchen. We've got a 5-piece bath, and then downstairs, right, here's your rec room. So I love this property. There is so much value in this place. Big rec room, 3rd bedroom, and then you've got another bathroom downstairs. Just Wildwood. Huh? Wildwood? Yeah. So I like it. I like it a lot, in the words of Forrest Gump. Notice here, there's a big old slope. All these houses run downhill. So during a proverbial rainstorm, you're going to have a lot of water coming into your yard, but hopefully that water will go into this person's yard, and so on. But it's a nice lot. It's 108 feet deep, 40 feet as mentioned. You've got a private driveway for 2 cars. Let's take a look at the Google Street View here. I really, really like this place. And I do feel it's underpriced. I don't know if they're doing this 48-hour holdback strategically, right? This is it right here. Or if it's, just from a logistics standpoint. But what a beautiful property on a quiet street, $949. And even if it was $1 million, which to be honest, it probably should be, just an unbelievable buy, right? 40-foot lot. Down the line, you could build this thing up and do a McMansion. You could sell to a developer. Now, this is 84 Wildwood. And this sold for $1,018,000, smaller lot, right? 30 by 105, and it's on the same side of the street. So it's also backing onto the train tracks. And this was the same 2+1 and 2, private drive, and this was $1,018,000, and it sold a week ago, right? A week ago. So, they'd had a preemptive offer, so who knows what it would have got on offer night. That probably makes sense. They were $799, they got $1,018,000, and now we're seeing, as I mentioned, we've got $949. Right? So it's not $799 holding back. It's $949 with a 48 hours. So this should sell for over the list price. There's no question about it. For a buyer, you know what? Maybe you walk in there, you make that unconditional offer for $949, check in hand. You say, hey man, you don't like it? You don't have to take it. There's a risk with that play, obviously, that they don't take it, right? But in this market, I think shaking a few trees and seeing what comes out is certainly worthwhile. Okay, so next is 123 Hazelwood. So this is another property with offers anytime, right? Look, offers anytime, and you've got home inspection report available. Owners moved out for showings. Home's been cleaned and sanitized. Please wear gloves and use sanitizer. I can't even believe this. We're going to be talking about this to our kids one day, trying to explain what happened. So 123 Hazelwood is in Riverdale. Now, it's in that odd area on Riverdale where, wait for it, you're actually east of Pape, but not down here where you fall into the really poor Blake Street, really poorly ranked Blake Street Junior Public School. So Withrow's here, and then Pape, well, it's down here, it's not on the map. Those are the 2 schools you want to be a part of. But living on Hazelwood, you actually qualify for, where is it? Franklin. So you get into Franklin. So you're in a great school district, and you're in Riverdale, and you, in case it wasn't obvious, you're 1 block from Danforth. Holy moly, what an incredible opportunity. You've got 2-car parking, 3-bed, 2-bath. The only thing that jumps out at me is it's only a 15-foot lot. So inside, very nicely done. Renovated, interior freestanding walls taken down. You are so accustomed to seeing this that when I mention that, sometimes you might be like, okay, sorry, what does that even mean? Think about when you walk into an original floor plan here, and I'm going to try to draw this out. There's a wall right here. So you walk in, you got your hallway, and there's this big old wall. I sound like Bob Ross. Got this big old tree. Then you've got another wall here. Back then, it was all about breaking up little rooms. Now we all want open concept because it's all the rage, and probably because a lot of people lived in condos, and that was all open concept. So what's I was gonna say, Ronald? What's the Ronald Reagan? Tear down that wall. In reference to the Berlin Wall. Yes, tear down the walls inside. So no interior freestanding walls, totally open concept. I love it. It's bright, it's airy. For a 15-foot lot, it actually feels big. Now this is the only issue with the 15-foot lot, is that your couch and your TV are right next to the front door. But when you go back to here, for a 15-foot lot, you've got space that you can walk here. This chair, not pushed right up against the wall like we usually do for staging purposes to show that a narrow house is wider. It's actually a decent living space, right? So I like this. I mean, yeah, 15 feet, love the oval table. It's narrow, but this location, the school district, everything about it is just amazing. What's this? Oh, there we go. Nice renovated kitchen. You've got a back mudroom, so check this out. The biggest issue for me when you walk right into the house, and I won't go back, but right over here, right, is that what? I'm gonna put hooks up here. I'm gonna put a bench here. I'm just gonna throw all my crap here. Wait for it. Come on, MLS. Show me the mudroom. Boom, there we go, mudroom. That's huge. Now, because you've got the laneway off the back, it means you're driving in there. Your front door is basically your back door because you're coming in there every night. And alas, here is your front foyer. God, I need a shave. Okay, master bedroom's big. We've got room for a king-size bed. And we've got nice built-ins. Second bedroom, decent size. Third bedroom, great size with more built-ins. It doesn't really feel, Bella, excuse me, doesn't really feel, sorry, that's a third bedroom, like a, Bella. She's been doing this all week. It doesn't really feel like a 15-foot lot is the point that I wanted to make. And again, bathroom, really big space, really, really big space for a 15-foot lot. Separate shower, separate tub, and I'm not sure if you saw it, 2 sinks. So I love this house. I can't say enough good things about it. Huge basement. You know what? This isn't pretty, but it works. They've done a good job staging this thing. Come on, man. Oh, MLS is so slow. I'm literally the only agent on MLS right now. So what the hell is happening? Right. So there's our backyard. There's our 2-car parking. Maybe could use a little bit of work, I guess. Nice staging job. Really nice. All right. We'll end that there. So again, offers any time. And where is our comp on Hazelwood? Well, $1,230,000 in November, and guess what? This was an estate. This was an estate. So, you know, it's decent, as the kids say, decent. Look how narrow that is. Holy moly. Yeah, wow. Wait for the green kitchen, man. I am losing my mind with this. This feels like I'm on a dial-up modem. For those that are my age, holy crap, that just happened. That's a green kitchen. Remember the dial-up modem, and it would just go like this? You know, you'd be going down like this, and you'd see some blonde hair, and then a face, and then it would get stuck at the neck, and you... Not appropriate? I was 17. What do you think I was looking for on the internet? Recipes? Right. So, sorry for the lack of expediency here. Thank you, Treb, for that. But you get the idea here. This thing was not a great house, sold for $1,230,000 last year. So here we've got $1,299,000 for fully renovated. It's a great buy. It's an absolute great buy. Was that only the second property? I got to get home or my wife is going to kill me. Seriously, I don't know what we're doing. I won't go to sleep at night. We got a newborn, mother of the year, husband of never. We'll talk about that later. So 197 Divadale. People call it Divadale. Excuse me, how do I get down to Spadina? Has a tourist ever asked you that? I'm looking for Spadina Avenue. So 197 Divadale. I love Divadale as a street. It's great. This is in North Leaside. And Divadale is not as busy as Broadway, which is a thoroughfare for traffic. Glenvale's pretty busy too. And Donley has all the cars that are trying to cut in off Brentcliffe. Divadale, by comparison, pretty quiet. So you've got North Lee, which is 2 blocks away. You are very close to Serena Gundy. I really like this section of Divadale. What I like is that this is offers any time. So it's $1,450,000. $1,450,000 for a semi. Does that sound right? Well, hold on. It's got a private driveway. It's 26 feet wide, which is more than the average semi, and it's 135 feet deep. So inside, very nice. Original freestanding walls. That's what I meant by original freestanding walls. Now, on a 26-foot lot, maybe you can leave them up. The 15-foot lot, you got to take them down because the house is going to feel tiny without that. So some of this stuff is original. It's a very, very cool look and feel if you like original Eastside homes, but a lot of people want to open this all up. And so maybe you do. I think for what you've got right now, it obviously works. Come on, MLS, I'm on a dial-up modem here. Oh my Christ, I can't even. Okay, so we've got radiant heat. I had a couple clients recently turn down houses because of radiant heat. To each their own. Now here is where I'm going to start to say, is $1,450,000 a hair high? If this was opened up and this was a new kitchen and you had an island here, I think the street, 26-foot lot, private drive, 135 feet deep, Divadale, North Lee School District, I think that you could get away with $1,450,000. Now that we've got 37 photos here, I feel like it's just, holy geez, we're just going and going. So for this kitchen with this galley and this radiator, you know, the $1,450,000, it might be a little bit much. But point being, I wanted to show you what's happening in this market because we're starting to see properties listed with offers anytime. There are too many goddamn photos here. Sorry if I said goddamn, but I don't care. So then you've got up here, I'm literally ready to just give up. What's happening? Do you see this right here? Is the MLS just overwhelmed with people right now? Or maybe it's the internet. Maybe it's not Treb. Okay. So bedroom sizes. This is the dial-up modem, guys. This is what I was talking about. Okay, so bedroom sizes are decent. I'm literally about to quit my job. Oh. For those of you, look, ding, 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 ding. You see what I mean by the photo? Just imagine it getting stuck here as you and your 5 buddies are like this. No, again, not appropriate? Okay, I'm just saying that everyone did it. So, you know, let's pretend like that's not what 17-year-olds were looking for on the internet in 1997. Okay? All right, I think I've done this one to death. Now, I wanted to show you one more listing. Here's 32 Thursfield. Bella again. Bella. Oh, she just wants to be involved. Oh, I know. So here's 32 Thursfield. Now, we have show anytime, please follow COVID-19 protocols, sanitize at doors you enter, offers Tuesday, March 31st via email. Seller reserves the right to review preemptives. So here we've got a house where they're holding back offers at $1,349,000. Now inside here, Jesus Christ, Bella. Inside here, you've actually got where they've opened this up, right? So this is kind of what I was talking about. So Thursfield is a very quiet, child-friendly street. And, you know, let's take a look at the map here. I think there's an argument to be made that this is a better spot. The issue with this house on Thursfield is that it backs onto Eglinton. So we've got some pros and cons, right? We've got a nicer floor plan on the inside. It's a shorter lot. It's a narrower lot. It has central air, not radiant. It backs onto Eglinton, and it's $1,349,000. So I only bring this up because, again, here we're $1,450,000, which I think is a little bit high, and then here we're $1,349,000, which I also might argue is a touch high, or maybe fair market value. So before I move on from Divadale, I will say that yes, we are starting to see properties listed in very, very different ways. So this brings us downtown now. I wanted to show you one at Bathurst and Queen. It's a Victorian. People love Victorians. It is a row house. At Rowton House, 18 feet for a Victorian row is actually wide, 115 feet deep. They've managed to get 4 beds and 3 baths in there. Wow, $1,788,000 offers anytime. So we'll take a look at these showing instructions. Please be respectful and sanitary. Gloves and hand sanitizer on premises. Offers reviewed anytime. This house is gorge. Now this is a very nice combination of original character, right? Original staircase, original banister. This might even be original too. But again, they've opened this all up. So does it feel like a Victorian? Maybe. Look at the width of this house. You would not expect this in a Victorian. This is actually 18 feet wide with my dial-up modem here, which for a Victorian is massive. Now they've got a little teeny tiny table still, but look at the space on either side. Another Victorian character piece, right? The hexagonal bay window there. So this house is amazing. Beautiful reno throughout, and I'm literally losing my mind with how slow the internet is right now. But I will say that this is a house that probably would have been listed at $1,399,000, $1,499,000 with an offer date in February. We're not doing that now, right? This is the new frontier of real estate, and this person's got all these movie posters, so it tells you that they're probably in the business, which is why they have such impeccable taste. This is what happens now when we've got 40 photos. You just get the same damn photos over and over. But again, look at this shot here. Does this feel like a Victorian to you? I was wrong about the banisters. From the front, it looked like the original. This is glass pane. Clearly in 1888, we didn't make railings with glass. Is that an old turntable? These people are so cool. But yeah, I mean, so wide for a Victorian, right? Let's get upstairs. That's what no one ever said to me on a date. And then we've got, God, David, you're so funny. So we've got the kitchen. I want to get upstairs. No, I don't like you that much. And so we've got a decent bedroom here, right? You can tell by the modern finishes. There's a really, really nice reno that was done probably only a couple of years ago. Nice little back patio. And again, in case you don't know where this is, and I should apologize, I should have gone to it first. This is a Queen and Bathurst. So like this is downtown. This is a renovated Victorian. I'm ending it here. I can't handle these slow photos coming up. Who needs a backyard downtown, right? We got a huge deck. We got a little patch of grass for the dog to go to the bathroom. And yeah, here it is, Bathurst. The first house I think I ever sold was on Robinson around here. Didn't have a sink in the bathroom. And I think 2 years later I went there and the parents said to me, how could you sell them a house with no sink? I didn't think they'd still be living without one 2 years later. They bought that house for $290,000. This house here is $1.8 million. I love telling stories like that. They're so depressing. So yeah, location-wise, I mean, there's a bit of riffraff around here, obviously, Bathurst and Queen. But, you know, you get into these streets here, absolutely prime. So, I mean, I think this is a great house. Again, $1,788,000 might be like a hair high here. I am assuming there's a COVID discount. How could there not be? So what I'm telling my clients right now who want to list, which there are none of because I would tell them not to list. If someone were to list, I'd say, cool. So what price are you looking for? Today's or February's? And that's what's tough about real estate. People never really discount their expectations in real estate. Now, if you bought a share of stock at $20 and it was trading for 12 and you said to your broker or you clicked your button, I want to sell, you wouldn't say you want to sell for 20. You'd say you want to sell for 12. Real estate, it's only ever really gone up, save for maybe a couple of periods in the last 20 years. I find it amazing how people right now are like, well, I'm not selling if I can't get what I would have before this all started. Okay, so you have two options. Don't sell or wait until June when I think this will all be over. Okay, the last house is awesome. I love this house. I'm riddled with anxiety right now about what my wife is doing with her two kids, whether or not she's okay with me being in the office working at my job, which I kind of have to, and the fact that I look like this and I'm presenting this to you, the viewer. 11 Malcolm, I love this house. So I saw this last night, I sent it to a client, and what do you do from here? What do you do from here during this process? Do you go out and buy the dream home right now? Is it the dream home? Is it the dream time? This is in the Leaside, which I know like the back of my hand because I live there and I grew up there. This is a 35 by 130. It's a 4-bed, 4-bath. It has a private drive. It has a main floor family room. And it was built 10 years ago. Now, where's 11 Malcolm? I've always liked this little pocket here. So yes, you're close to Laird. And, you know, this could be condo development down the line. But what I like about this area here is that all of this, which didn't exist when I was a kid, I'm going to zoom way out here. Okay, let me just go to here. The Home Depot was built, God, I got to think 2090, no, probably 98, 97. That was all that was here. This used to be Canada Wire. This is where they made munitions for World War II. And Leaside was actually founded as basically an area for workers. So none of this was here, and now it is. But this little plaza here, I think it was bought by a car developer during like '07, and then when the world economy collapsed in '08, they dumped it for like, you know, a 50% write down. So with all this action here, I love this pocket now. I love this pocket. One of my best friends bought a house in and around here. Stickney Avenue was named after my math teacher, David Stickney, who passed away. And, you know, I pumped gas at the Sunoco down here in the summer of 1998, so what's not to love? So look, if you had the first, this used to be the old Canada Post. Now it's a condo. So if you had the first house here, you might be like, yeah, I'm a little close to the riffraff, but you're 8 to 10 houses in. I love this house. I think it's an incredible opportunity. So I emailed it to a client, and they actually said, why is this red and this isn't? And at first I was like, well, it's kind of the style. And then I said, you know, I do find that a bit odd. The entire house is red brick, but they've used the facade only here. So to each their own, right, when they made it. So my favorite layout, right, you walk in, there's not different levels. You've got traditional living at the front, and then you've got dining. Then behind that, and not open concept because you don't need your entire main floor to be open, you're going to have kitchen, eat-in, and family. Ready? Come on. Kitchen, eat-in, wait for it. So family room photo and family, right? That's the layout that I want. And whenever I take buyers in a Leaside, I always say there's one layout we're looking for. We're looking for living, dining, kitchen, eat-in, and family. That's what we want. We don't want different levels. We don't want oh, the dining room is off the kitchen. No, that's your eat-in kitchen. You don't have a dining room. That is what we're looking for. So here we've got a massive master bedroom. We've got a huge walk-in, ensuite. And the finishes are a little old. This is black granite, right? Okay, maybe the honed tile here is not exactly what we'd be doing in 2020, but you can paint colors, you can redo flooring. This thing's 2.295 million. Got a massive basement, which I guess wasn't dug out because of these support columns here. We've got a games room over here. We've got a rec room over here. I love this house. Massive backyard. You can see the whole thing was done in red brick. They just did the front and the stone facade. And I can't say enough good things about this. I really can't. Now, it's so hard to find comps. The last house that I think could be comparable, this sold in October. And it was on Cameron Crescent, 33 by 135, 4-bed, 4-bath, $2 million, private drive, family room. But you know what? Inside wasn't as nice. Just wasn't. Take my word for it. I mean, look, we're not talking about the same thing here. So for Malcolm at 2295, I think that's what it's worth. I think it's a good buy. I think it's a great layout. And again, we look at the main floor. This is what I'm talking about. Living, dining, kitchen with eat-in, and family. Boom. That's what we're talking about. Massive master 5-piece ensuite walk-in closet. Bedroom, 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 bath for all. You don't need the bath here. That's the Jack and Jill between these two. That's when you get in the 4-bed, 5-bath. I will admit I have more bathrooms than I would want. I don't want my kids to have their own bathroom. I don't want them to be spoiled. But it happened to come with the damn house, so what are you going to do? So overall, we're 4,000 square feet for this property. I love this. I love this. I love that it's not listed at 1,995 with an offer date like it would have been in February. I think it is an awesome opportunity. Not bad on timing here. Not bad, not bad. So I'm going to go home and potentially endure the wrath, and I don't know if I will. And if I do, I deserve it because I'm a terrible husband and father because there's a pandemic on out there and I'm working, but I gotta work. Things are happening in the real estate market, guys. As I said, I'm not listing right now because I don't think that the sellers are going to get the most money. If you can hold back, you should hold back. And that's what we're doing. At least a week or 2 or 3 or 5. The people that are listing right now, I think they're people that have to sell. And for my buyers, it seems to be an opportunity, if you will wear a mask, if you will wear gloves, and if the houses will allow showings, to go in and maybe see what you can make of it. So that's it for me, guys. I'm going to say bye, and Bella will say bye too. We're in the office right now, and oh, he's such a nice doggy. Look at this. I never thought I'd be that guy, right? Look at this face. I never thought I'd be that guy. But guess what? I am. Anyways, have a fantastic weekend, guys. Stay safe, stay clean. Aloe vera, rubbing alcohol, and essential oils. Boom. That is your homemade hand sanitizer. See you next week, guys. Bye for now.